Press the off button and allow the stove to complete the shutdown cycle and cool completely. Because of the open design of the firebox, the majority of the ash will already be in the ash pan. Open the main door of the stove and use an old paintbrush or putty knife to move ash from around the burn pot into the ash pan below. Remove the burn pot and use a long-handled screwdriver or putty knife to remove any deposits left in the burn pot, being careful to remove them from the burn pot and not allow them to filter down into the cradle area. Excessive ash buildup in the cradle can cause poor stove performance. Turn the ash pan latches counterclockwise until they release and slide the ash pan out of the stove. Dump the ashes into a metal container with a lid and store them outside on a non-combustible surface to allow any embers to cool before disposal. Slide the ash pan back into the stove. Rotate the latches clockwise, making certain they catch the lip above the ash pan opening. The stove is now ready to resume normal operation. Be certain the ash pan is always installed properly in the stove. An airtight seal around the ash pan is crucial for proper operation of the stove. Along with removing ashes from the stove, cleaning the burn pot is the other essential part of daily maintenance that will keep the stove operating at its peak. Pellets contain varying amounts of impurities and fusible material that will accumulate in the burn pot over time. Some pellets will contain much higher amounts of these fusible impurities, therefore extra vigilance may be required to maintain a clean burn pot. Allowing impurities to build up in the burn pot can restrict the airflow to the fire, resulting in a dirty, inefficient burn. Always allow the stove to finish the shutdown cycle and cool completely before performing any maintenance inside the firebox. Open the main door of the stove and remove the burn pot by lifting it straight up and out of the cradle. Once the burn pot is out of the stove, use a long-handled screwdriver or putty knife as previously mentioned to remove any deposits from inside of the burn pot. Be certain all air holes are clear and unrestricted by fusible ash matter. A fine-tipped screwdriver or scratch-awl can be useful in removing stubborn matter from these orifices. Remove any ash material from the bottom of the cradle with a utility-type vacuum or ash vac and brush any ash from the top of the cradle into the ash pan below. Keeping the bottom and top of the cradle free of ash is crucial in allowing the burn pot to make a positive airtight seal with the top of the cradle. Insert the burn pot back into the cradle using the reverse of this procedure.